Well, what about Shepard? Earthborn, but no record of his family.
Doesn't have one. He was raised on the streets, learned to look out for himself.
He saw his whole unit die on a cruise. He could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition on Xbox Series X. The epic first chapter in the Mass Effect trilogy.
The Arcturus Prime relay is in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot, acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Board is green. Approach run has begun.
This is such an epic opening. It's so cool.
3, 2, 1.
Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
That's enough. You're soldiers. Act like it.
Ooh.
Sorry, Commander.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
I'm on my way.
Is it me or does the Captain always sound a little pissed off?
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
Okay, so we are now actually moving around. So the game has two options on Xbox Series X. That includes right now what you're seeing, which is the 4K 60 FPS option. Auto HDR is applied by default within the game too, and that is kind of a neat feature to have, although I kind of expected it to be a native HDR implementation, but I guess not. The second option, which you can do from the options, is to switch to favor frame rate. So this is going to bop down the resolution a little bit to 1440p at 120 FPS, which is insanely fluid. Now keep in mind, on YouTube, I can't present 120 FPS, I can't capture it at the moment, but, you know, kind of going off what I have to say, it is incredibly fluid of an experience to have 120 FPS going on in this game. It's so incredibly cool to have as you go about the ship. exploring, dealing with things, and that's awesome. But let's just drop down to 4K 60 because that's going to be the best sort of visual experience that you're going to be seeing. We might switch between them a little bit over the course of this. And I say the best you're seeing because, you know, again, YouTube's limitations, you're not really getting the full kind of scope of, you know, what that 120 actually provides just because of those limitations.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
What about?
I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it really?
If you've got something to say, just say it.
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I figured there was something you weren't telling us.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
What's the payload, Captain?
A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
It never hurts to have a few extra hands on board.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Since when do we answer to the Spectres?
You're smart enough to know how things work, Commander. The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz. You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
Just tell me what I have to do.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need.
Uh-oh.
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Dun dun dun!
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
Ready and able, sir.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck.
You can tell that the two people with me
Approaching drop point 2.
are expendable. They don't have fancy armor designs. Let's go, team. You know, I never thought I would really be back in this first Mass Effect game. I really didn't anticipate it. I mean, I guess at this point you can kind of assume, you know, stuff's gonna come back eventually. So I guess a lot of, well, not necessarily a lot, but there was some reworking with this first Mass Effect in order to get it, you know, I guess you could say, you know, cleaned up a bit, running a bit better, you know, stuff like that. Actually, can I equip the, try the storm, I guess? No? Okay. So anyways, they reworked a lot of the mechanics in regards to, like, the cover system, the leveling system, and you can even revert it back to the traditional style, including, like, the controls, because the vehicle part in this, oh, I don't know if people remember driving back in the day on this, but, woo, that was something special, I gotta say. But this is, like, a classic game. Why would that guy run out like that? Yeah, like I was saying, this is a classic RPG like experience. It is just absolutely phenomenal in regards to, you know, the gameplay, the choices, and all of your choices lead into the later games.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, sir.
Guy didn't even use cover or anything. This other guy's gonna die. If you act like that guy, you will die too. Okay, let's see. Equip the Lancer. There we go. Anyways, yeah, like, I guess you wouldn't really know it at the time that this Mass Effect came out. I feel like I just keep throwing this stuff. But, you know, all of your choices that you made in this first one are carried over to the later games, and they impact the narratives of those ones. And I think that in itself is really quite fantastic, quite exciting, quite engaging. And I always found that to be really interesting, is just like the long-term scope that is present here, and your actual overall story that you can weave and create across all of the games is just absolutely fantastic. And now you can enjoy all of them, or relive them, I guess, within the context of this particular, you know, package, this legendary package. And I think that's really quite exciting just to see, you know, how that sort of goes over the course of the events. It's really, really quite neat. And, you know, these intense, like, RPG mechanics where you make these, you know, options to, oh, geez, improve your characters and stuff like that. And it's really quite neat. Like, unforgettable characters and side characters and stories. Main stories, side adventures. So many different things you can do, and tasks and tales you can have. It really is quite a great franchise. I love it. There we go, there's Ashley. Actually, you know, a lot of people don't really care too much for that character, but I actually kind of find her to be a little bit interesting in regards to the overall course of the story and her, like, perspective on that.
Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
I need a status report, now.
Oh, man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit.
She's important because she has colors on her
They cut off
armor.
our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, sir. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
Move out.
This really does look fantastic, though. Like, you know, compared to how it did back in the day, this is like a serious upgrade. Yeah, no, that's gonna be good. Now, I would have to say that while this is probably the weakest of the Mass Effect trilogy, that this overall trilogy is a must-play, and playing them all together, I think, provides a much more well-rounded experience, and you just get to enjoy, you know, the narrative and the style of this game a lot more if you play all of it.
The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll
Wait, did she run like 2 feet away from the beacon?
Let's get moving. Williams, where's the camp?
It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead.
And there are elements of, like, I guess I want to say morality to a degree too, and how you are perceived by individuals and stuff. Like, it's a really neat system. Oh, they could have done something for that skybox. It's so static. Ugh, clouds don't move. That is freaking terrifying.
Oh god, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
Oh, that's obviously something we have to kill. Let's see if we can get this door decryption. What? Wasn't it just a click on... Oh, whatever. Hey.
Thought this world was safe until the Geth showed up.
Saren. Linus.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
No, we're not gonna be there in time. So yeah, these games are, you know, largely linear in design, but they do offer a sense of freedom too, depending on the play space you go to. But the idea of it is you do move through these environments doing combative things, and it's actually quite a neat system, especially if you've never played Mass Effect games. And this opening just kind of shows off a bit of how it's running and everything like that. I guess for the last bit here, we could switch over to the frame rate there. Which, again, is just, like, insanely fluid. Insanely fluid. It's really, really quite nice. Oh, no.
A Turian? You know him?
He's a Spectre. He was with us in the normal.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
I like the way you hid behind those crates during the fight. Really helped us out. Thanks a lot.